China is unhappy with North Korean leadership at the moment. At the same time, China would like to keep this buffer state and avoid having a US alliance at its border. So it's in between. Some say, including in South Korea, that China would have would have the means to pressure North Korea. But at the same time, China is saying, well, it's hard to pressure them for many reasons, including lack of rationality. It doesn't work that way. It's not because we reduce our supply of energy and food that they will change their overall regional policy and soften or avoid a nuclear test.
You know, Alice, I was looking, the last time Xi Jinping was in Washington, it was a state visit, it was a banquet, it was last September, not so long ago. A lot has changed since then. We've seen the economy in China go south. We've seen renewed tensions in the South China Sea, most notably, with a lot of China's neighbors. And Xi Jinping, most recently, undermined at home, it seems, by this anonymous letter within the Communist Party denouncing his leadership. How weakened is he compared to last September?
I think we have to nuance his instability, because over the last 3 years, he managed to consolidate his own power at a very rapid pace and in a very efficient way. It surprised everyone, outside but also within the party. Party cadres themselves were surprised by how fast Xi Jinping managed to consolidate his power to progressively, would say, kind of challenge a collective leadership that was in place so far. He created a set of institutions that is presiding. Most of all, he developed an anti-corruption campaign, which had an impact in the fact that it managed to, this campaign installed fear within the party to an extent that is very risky today to speak out. Wherever in China.
So what do you make of this? What do you make of this anonymous letter? How
well,
strong?
first we hear of it outside China, but in China, of course, it's heavily censored. So the domino effect that the government is fearing is not happening. Second, the way it was managed by the government, especially targeting potential authors of these letters in a very tough way, give signal to others who potentially would like to raise concern or voice their concern about the leadership. And in general term, we still witness a consolidation of this, I would say, campaign against any critics, being within the media, being within civil society. So it's more and more risky to voice an opinion in China today, and in particular within the party. There is an hypothesis of aggregation of intra-party resentment over the years, but there is a gap between resentment and expression of this resentment, especially in the present context.
All right. So, and I'm asking you these questions because when there's trouble at home, oftentimes we see the common reasoning is there's more saber rattling abroad. On that score, how is China's leader going into this nuclear summit?
Well, I think we have to nuance a bit the link between domestic situation and China's foreign policy. It's not.
Is there one?
It's not so direct. It's maybe direct regarding emotional issues in the region. Relation with Japan, for instance. Yes, we can say that a tough China, tough leader toward a neighbor, will please part of the domestic population, right? But it's not true for every summit of every bilateral relation that China has. So I think that in general terms, Xi Jinping is present internationally. He attends a lot of summits. He travels in different regions, and basically is is the president of China who travels the most so far and attends the most summits. So it's part of natural trend. He attended the previous summit in The Hague 2 years ago. So I would say the attendance should not necessarily be interpreted according to the domestic context. I think he has special measure to deal with the domestic context and independently of what he's doing foreign policy-wise.